Hey guys, this is R for Trans Youth. Okay, so, again, I wasn't here last week, so two topics to cover. Last week's topic, I believe, was, reactions of friends at school. Well, to be honest, I don't have much to say about that one. I had very few close friends, let's say that, when I was in school. I had a lot of, acquaintances, as many people do. But there were very few, maybe like 3 or 4 people that I actually hung out with, talked to on a regular basis. So them, obviously, I told beforehand. Everybody else, I just let them figure it out on their own, pretty much. So yeah, but the people I did tell, they weren't really surprised. They kind of saw it coming. You know, because there were signs, for sure. And they knew me very well. They knew I could be myself with them a lot more than I could be with pretty much everybody else at the time. Because I wasn't who I am now. I wasn't that in front of, like, my family or anything. You know, I had to develop, so I could be more myself in front of my close friends, and therefore they did not really, they weren't really shocked by it. However, of those people, of the ones that I considered to be very good friends back in high school, a few of them have since kind of stopped being my friend, and even to this day, there is no reason as far as I can see for it. So the only thing I could think was that maybe they really weren't okay with it, but wanted to continue a friendship with me or something. I don't know. It's not important now. Okay, so, yeah, I don't really have much to say about that. That's pretty much how it was. They weren't super shocked. But now we'll get to this week's topic. And this is actually one I suggested, because I think it's a good topic, and I don't think we've talked about it before. So when I was in high school, I found out that there were a handful of people who were interested in me, like, wanted to date me. And obviously they thought that I was somebody I wasn't. So, and me being clueless, I didn't realize this during high school. I found it after. Not that I don't think it would have gone anywhere, but still. You know. And now pretty much everyone I've ever met knows, I'm sure. If they don't know, they probably live under a rock. Yeah. So, reactions from people. Okay, so, I'll say this. You know how in high school you have those little relationships where people are together for, like, 4 days and they call themselves, I don't know, boyfriend and girlfriend, and they say I love you and all that stupid shit? Well, I had one of those. And I'm not gonna lie, it was with a girl. And actually, she was my first kiss, actually. So, you know, I can always say for the rest of my life that my first kiss ever was a lesbian kiss. I don't know, it's just kind of funny. But when was it? I think it was like half a year ago or so. She messages me on Facebook, the same girl, and was like, so, I'm proud of you and all for being who you want to be, but what does that mean I was to you? And you know, obviously, it was nothing really, but I understand her thought process at the same time. And all I could really tell her was that I was just kind of trying to be somebody I'm not back then. You know, trying to force myself to fit in. It's the same thing that a lot of gay guys or gay women or whatever would do. They would date someone of the opposite sex to, even if they know they're gay, they some do that still, to hide the fact that they're gay, either from themselves or from the people around them. And I was doing this with, well, I guess both with, just with transitioning, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. So, I told her that, and I don't know how pleased she was with the answer, but I don't really care. That's all she's really getting. And really, that's all there was to it. Like with everybody else who liked me during that time, a handful of them have been very sweet and kind and generous, and one, I think it was one or I don't know. How many have there even been? 4, maybe? And how many? I think it was one of them, actually sent their friend to me when they had a friend who was considering transitioning. So, everybody's different. One will take it very well, one will want answers, I guess. And it's different for everybody, but it's just kind of funny because they knew me as a male, which I don't consider myself to have ever really been one. I say that I faked being one for a long time. But looking at it from my perspective, I don't think of myself as ever really having been one, at least not mentally. But then they don't see it that way. They see it as I started this way and I am now this way. And they liked me and I was that way. So they do want answers. And I think it's probably all of them that want answers. And obviously this is something that wouldn't be true. But someone may get the idea that I liked somebody who I thought was male but turned out to be female. Would that somehow make me a lesbian? No, of course not. Well, because you liked the idea of me and I guess, I don't know. You thought that I was one person, but I wasn't. How are you supposed to know that? I appeared to be one way. And I wasn't that way, I guess, in the end. But, yeah. So it's a hard thing to explain to people. But And then there are the people, because I transitioned young. I was 19 when I started HRT. But there are also the people who go as far as getting married and having children before they decide to transition. That is a much more serious case. Like, what are you supposed to tell your wife and shit like that? Or your husband, if you're husband or wife, either way, it doesn't matter. Just how does that conversation go down? Like, yes, I've secretly known that I've been a woman and trapped in a man's body my entire life, but I hid it from myself for so long, blah, blah, blah. You say that, and it's the truth, but that'll just make your spouse furious, because then they would be like, well, why would I want to fall in love with you? No, well, I don't know, like, it sounds bad if I say it that way. It sounds bad if I say it that way, but they would want to know why you couldn't have been more open from the start, and it probably would have changed the course of your relationship. You probably wouldn't have ended up getting married to that same person. I think the chances of that are unlikely, but still, they had loved you for the past 20 years or however long you had been married. You'd had children together. How is a wife supposed to take that and just be okay that you had hidden it for so long? And I, as a trans woman, understand it from the role, from the position of the person transitioning. But still, that is a situation where that is rarely going to end well, I think. So, you know, it's a good thing that I transitioned young, and I didn't get married to a woman. I don't think I would have either way, but still, I avoided all that. And, yeah, okay. So I think I've said what I had to say. Hopefully you got the idea of what I was trying to say, because I think I rambled a lot, as I usually do. But yeah, this is Zara for Trans Youth. If you guys have a topic, email transyouthchannel@gmail.com. Yeah, comment, subscribe to us, do all that fun stuff.